So, yeah, I really don't know what to do right now. So, we're gonna take a look at some art. We're talking art today, everybody. So, yeah, don't mind my fucking hair. I calmed it down on all that stuff. I mean, yeah, it's getting pretty long now. But anyways, let's take a look at some art that I have made, for a little while. Let's take a look at that. Wow, look at all this fucking art here. Don't mind these. These aren't really art, right? All like from all these Murdoch pictures, they're not really art. But everything else up here, yes, it is. So let's take a look at this stuff. Wow, we have this one. When did I make this exactly? I made this February the 19th. So okay, and this is it's actually supposed to be a what is it? What is it? It's supposed to be my version of that reaction image where someone's spraying the Raid bug spray can or whatever, but yeah, you have that. You have this picture, which I actually did show, which was actually on my wall right here, of course. It's my most worn VR chat avatars. You have Murdoch, Risotto, Jacket, and Abacchio, whenever he comes back. Then you have this one right here, which features three of my other friends up here. We have me, Everlong, Gamer Moment, and Monsoon66. These two as some of the avatars they wear sometimes, which Gamer wears 2D a lot, and Monsoon wears Chocolate a lot. And then you have Everlong over here just as herself, and then me over here, which I wanted to do something different for this picture. And what I wanted to do was that I wanted to draw myself. I'm always drawing myself as Risotto for my primary VR chat avatar. I'm always drawing myself as that. I'm thinking, let's try something different. So I did, and this was my first iteration. This is before I got my hair straightened as well. So, and I knew I was gonna get it, and I knew it was gonna happen at one point. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get myself straight hair in this picture. Well, sort of. It looks very messy, and I'm not really used to drawing straight hair. Well, at the time I wasn't. So, yeah, and of course, I have the freaking marks, and I have the mustache and the beard marks on my freaking face. You got it like right here and all that stuff. It'll fucking stay in frame right here. You got this one, which I'm for some reason named after a coconut song. For those who don't know who coconuts are, those are the people who made Silver Lights for Hotline Miami, and I could show you guys that right now. And one of those songs are called Lost Bitches, and I don't know why I named it after that song. And this is my other iteration of how I drew myself. And actually, in this picture, my hair looks very similar to what it looks like now. It's pretty big and all that stuff. I promise you, my hair is straight. It's just messy right now. And then you have Everlong over here as well. We're just really tired in this picture, apparently. And then I moved on. When did I even make this picture right here? I made this on March the 13th. So for this, it had been... What is it? It had been March the 13th. So it had been close to a month ever since I had not drawn anything. So I moved on to this picture right here, which is called Shade Contemplating Light. And the whole point was, the whole thing was that this head sculpt, or not head sculpt, but the way I drew my head and the way I drew my hair, is from one of the thumbnails that my friend Everlong drew for me for one of my videos. And I decided to make it this. So, it's just me just standing, just chilling. And you have the crappy background squiggles and all that crap, because I don't really know how to do background drawings all that well. Picture, I actually drew two versions of this, and it was one that had no background and one that had a background. And with the white background I always have in my pictures, you can clearly tell or kind of get an idea of what this would look like. You got this picture right here. Shay is very happy. I tried drawing like a portrait of myself, which I would end up getting better with like over time. And it's kind of obvious from I think the first picture I showed in this video, which is over there on my, on my computer, on my PlayStation. And I'm just, smiling, just looking like pretty okay. I wouldn't consider this very happy. I guess very happy is an overstatement, I guess. I guess you could say Shay is just happy. I'm always happy though. Like, I don't know why I said very happy. Like, I thought because in the picture I'm probably like, yeah, like that, but I'm not like that in the picture, so I would not assume that's you know, what they would mean, I guess. But then we have this picture right here. It's called Shay and Everlong are absolutely sus. And you see me over there just, you know, tired. You know, eye bags underneath my eyes. And you have Everlong over here. Usually she has the eye bags as well. But no, I decided to go a little something different and have her smoking a cigarette. Now, I don't know how to draw a vape, and so yeah, I don't know how to do that, and if I were to, it would probably look like a USB stick, so I just like, fuck it, I'm going to just give her a cigarette. But anyways, the next picture that we have here is Shay and Everlong give 0 fucks, which is probably my favorite picture I have made so far. Like, and when did I make this? I made this like a few weeks ago, right? I made this, let's say March the 10th, fucking April the 10th. So it's been a few weeks ever since I made this, and this is probably one of my favorite pictures I've drawn in a while. And that is, you know, I showed the picture off in the beginning of the video, and that's when one of those pictures are on my wall. Because this is, I gave myself a shirt color that I cannot stop looking at, or because I stopped thinking about up until I got the shirt. And I actually have a shirt very similar to that, and I'm gonna go get that. Here it is. It's that shirt. Now, in the camera, it may look a little bit, tad bit, very bright pink, but for this was the closest thing I could find to the shirt that I have in this picture right here. And it's more of a reddish pink, and it's actually based off of a shirt from that 2D wears from Gorillaz. And it's like kind of exactly what the shirt is, like a reddish, pinkish color shirt. But this is the color, there's the closest I could get to that. So I'm just gonna toss it over there to fold that basket later on anyway. So let's move on to the next one. The next one we have here, also, I think for this one, for this picture right here, I think I gave this a background. I'm not really sure, but I think I gave this a background only for like VR chat or something like that. And same with this picture. I also did give this picture a background, which I actually do have. I have this printed out. It's also just a file on my computer as well. And this is what it looks like. It has the crappy background. Like, oh man. And I tell people, like, as a joke, like, man, if you're gonna call out the freaking crappy squiggles, I'm gonna find out where you live, because I don't do those well. So yeah, let's go on to the next picture. The next picture that we have here is called Live Shay and Everlong Reaction number 2. Now, originally, I did, of course, make a picture called Live Shay and Everlong Reaction, and I will show that because I think I still have it in my thing down here. It's way down here. This is, I think, actually, this is my first picture I have made on Ibis Paint. And yes, also that's what I use, of course, if it isn't obvious, because it does, yeah, it said it, like, well, it probably says it somewhere around here, but I don't know. This is the first picture I think I probably drew on Ibis Paint. And when did I make this exactly? I know I made it last year, December 8th of last year. And it's fucking, like, it's insane how my drawing, like, I used to draw, like, very lightly, but now I draw so heavy, like the lines look way more thinner here, they look a lot more rough. But now, going all the way up to, like, a picture like this, it's weird seeing, you know, like, it's more bold, I should say, but back then it used to be very thin lines. And all that stuff. And also, it had been a minute ever since I had drawn pictures or drawn art digitally. I used to just draw art, you know, by hand. But at this point, I decided to go back and do this again. So yeah, and this was the original, which had me as Risotto, my primary VR chat avatar. I have to always, like, specify what it is. And now we have this version up here, which has us on a chair looking. It's actually this was actually supposed to be named Shay and Everlong Watch a Cringe Compilation, because we've been watching a lot of those recently. But I decided to switch it up and make it, why not call it Live Shay and Everlong Reaction number 2, because it just has me instead of just Risotto. And it's Everlong, well, her in the picture looks a lot different than what she looked like. Oh, I did that, sorry. She looks a lot different in that picture than what she, like, right here. Like, it looked a little bit different, mostly because I was going off on, like, you know, basing my, you know, pictures I used and screenshots I got off of, you know, like, you know, I guess you could say this, like, what she draws herself as. Like, from all the screenshots I found and, you know, all the pictures I based all that stuff off from what it looked like, and it's changed a little bit. So yeah, let's move on to the next one, and that's called A Crossover of the Century, which is not what I wanted to name this. I wanted to name this, Is This the Fucker Who Wears Me? And because the whole thing of this is supposed to be like, you know, this is of course Risotto, my like with the alt colors, my VR chat avatar, the one I always use all the time, and you have me right here. Now of course I'm tired as fuck, but the reason why he's pointing at like him and himself is like, wait, is that the guy who wears me in this game? Like, that's what the whole point was supposed to be. And it's actually, I can actually go into here and edit this, and I show off what this looked like, or like what this is based off of. And it's based off of this picture of Murdoch. And you know, you have you know, his phase 1 self looking at, from what I know, is his phase 4 self. And you know, he's kind of like, wait, is that me from, you know, does that mean now? And you know, but yeah, we're going to take that off and bring that back up. Actually, we could pretty much just redo everything and go back. The next picture that we have here is Shay, Risotto, Everlong, and Bruno stare at you. Now, I couldn't finish the title because, you know, they have a fucking limit to how much you can type up here. But it just has me and Everlong as our primary VR chat avatars just staring at the camera. Us two being very tired, but not these guys. But yeah, for some reason Risotto looks pissed off, or it looks a little aggravated. But yeah, and what did I base this off of? I based this picture off of, okay, I'm gonna hide that. Look at all the layers I've used for this, and this is the picture that I had based it off of. I based a lot of my pictures off of like Gorilla's art and all that stuff. Which I'm going to be doing for like the next, because yeah, I was thinking, man, do I want to take a break from drawing? But no, I've drawn a lot like for like the past few weeks and months, and I've gotten back into it a lot. So yeah, this is what it was based off of. And yeah, I'm going to hide this. Actually, no, I forgot I could just redo everything, and we're back to square one. So yeah, we don't have a background for this. You know, this is also my first time drawing Bruno, you know, the JoJo character. This is my first time drawing him. And I used my Bruno plush over there as a reference to kind of like look at the suit, like, you know, look at Bruno's suit and all that stuff and see what details he had on him. Now this next one, I do not like this picture. I have to say this. I do not like this. This is called Fuck Peanut Law. It's supposed to be based off of one of Everlong's thumbnails she had for one of her videos, which was an VR chat video of us playing SCP, or one of the worlds like that, which I really want to get back into. I think I drew Peanut pretty good. You have one of my friends right here, her as Pursuto from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, of course, and you have me as Risotto pointing a revolver at her. Now this is actually, I can actually probably go out and look at this on YouTube if I can go find it. The picture that I had based it off of was right here. It was this picture right here, and I had my friend Gamer Moment as you know, Seco instead of Pursuto. So I'm like, you know what, let's change that, because they've been Pursuto a lot recently in the game. So I'm like, you know what, let me just draw him as Pursuto instead. And even though Everlong drew herself as Bruno, I drew her as herself. And for me, I was a Bacchio in this picture, so I ended up switching myself up to Risotto. And one common thing in the picture is that we both have revolvers in our hands, and I specifically drew the revolver off of a Colt Trooper Mark III revolver, and I can actually show that. And this is actually one of my first pictures. One of the only pictures I really ever draw in like this long, you know, long format. You know, like I forgot what. I actually have to go look at that in a minute. I'll hide this, and where's the gun? The gun is right here, and this is what I based it off of. I think it's like 4-inch Colt Trooper Mark III revolver. So yeah, that's the gun that I had based it off of here. I think I drew myself well, but I don't think I drew Everlong all that well. Like her hair, like it seems like she has a lot more hair in this, and especially from like all the other pictures I've drawn of her. But yeah, what's the format of this? The format is 1280 by 720. So yeah, that's one of the only pictures I ever draw in that format. You got the next one right here, and I hope no one takes offense to the name of this title, but it's the Sleepless Beaner. Yeah, so I think I drew this, I think, hours after the previous picture. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just draw myself again. Let's see what happens. And of course, this picture, I actually printed this out yesterday. This is the picture right here on the screen. So I'm gonna put that back over there because I want that to be nice and, you know, flat when I put it up or whatever. And yeah, and the picture right here, you can see me, you know, holding, and I promise you, what is in my hand is not beer. It is Mexican cola, or just soda in general. I'm just holding it in my hand, just, you know, just like, yeah, you know, all that good stuff, just chilling. And yeah, I think I did a very, very good job on this. And it only took me an hour to make, as opposed to the usual 2 hours that my drawings usually take. What did I base this picture off? Oh, I know what I based it off of. I have spit all over my computer. It's based off of this one picture of 2D from Gorillas, and he's like, look, well, of course, for me, instead of the cigarette in the hand, I had a you know, a bottle of Mexican cola in my hand, and you know, it was based off of that. And also the other thing is, I'm not sticking my tongue out. And this is my how would you even put it? It's my it's my profile. I was about to say my primary avatar, but it's my I already forgot it. It's my profile picture on VR chat, like on my main account, Sleep with Shay. So yeah, and this was originally just supposed to be called Sleep with Shay. Just, you know, like formal, not like, you know, underscore, you know, the S being like lowercase and without the underscore and all that stuff. But yeah, I decided to go a different route with that. And the last picture, and my most recent picture I've drawn, and which is the whole reason why I'm wearing this shirt right now, is this picture. If you see the name, yeah. So this picture is, I took it a different route. I wanted to draw myself a little differently instead of just drawing myself like, you know, this right here. So we're gonna go into this. We're gonna look into the details of this. So first off, there's actually two versions of this picture. One without me sitting on anything, so I'm pretty much just floating, and me sitting on the chair. So we're going to go into this, and this was the picture that I based it off of. I based it off a picture of Murdoch again. And it's him, you know, just like, you know, I don't know what he's doing. And it's supposedly fan art, apparently. This may look official, but it's not, apparently. I think it's fan art. And they did him very well in this fan art. You know, you just have him just doing a little something like leaning to the side and all that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? What's really funny is that I've actually been trying and thinking about, do I want to draw myself off of this, like base a drawing of myself off this picture? And I was contemplating that for a while, up until I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. And that is, of course, when this freaking, I can't go back. This is where this whole thing, of course, comes into play. And I think I did a fantastic job on this picture. And what I mean by the this is based off of hang on. Got sidetracked. Where this is has different versions of it, like, you know, where me not sitting on a chair and me sitting on the chair. I'm gonna go into my files on my computer. I'm gonna show you that. So here's that picture right here. This is just a version, of course, of me without me not sitting on the chair. Which I kind of like a little bit better than the, you know, one with the chair. But I mean, it makes more sense if I'm sitting on something, because like, what am I leaning my elbow on or whatever? And it also makes me want to get a darker color shirt of this, you know, like of something like this, which I'm probably gonna try to do sometime this week. And it makes me look, I don't even know what you would consider this. But it makes me look like different. And originally, like, my hair was like leaning down like a lot on this side, but of course I just made it look like I'm just like holding into my hair like that and all that stuff. And God, my fucking hair in the back is insane. But yeah, that is an interesting picture of myself. And when I was looking at that, I'm like, you know what, let me change it to the shirt right quick. And I did. So yeah, and I've had this shirt on ever since yesterday. So yeah, dude, like, a lot of this art up here, I like, especially like all the drawings from you know, the Lost Bitches picture I drew all the way up to right here. Like, I don't know, like, I'm actually planning on switching between the reddish and pinkish colored shirt that I have, and I'm planning on switching out from that to you know, to this shirt right here and keep drawing it like that. So yeah, very interesting picture right there. So yeah. And I think I might have shown that picture off in this video, so I'm not gonna do that. But we could also take a look at some of my older art before, you know, the whole "now I gotta kill you" picture I've made. And I'm gonna lean back in my chair a little bit for this one. And those pictures right here are of this one, Risotto with the gun, and it's actually based off of a picture that I took in VRChat, and I can actually show that if I still have it downloaded. It's actually one of the layers in this. So this is the picture right here that I based it off of. And I was in, VRChat Drama Court, and they have a Colt Python revolver prop in there. And I'm like, you know what, let me take a few pictures of myself with this thing. And I did indeed take a good amount of pictures. And it's very loosely, not very loosely, but it's very, like, it bears a very strong resemblance to the original picture. And I also gave the revolver black grips instead of brown grips. I like when it comes to a Colt Python, I like the gun with black grips instead of brown grips a lot better. It just looks cooler, more badass, more menacing. And yes, of course, this is the picture that I had based it off of. And of course, I made the fingers a lot, you know, they made a change of the fingers because originally I had my finger off the trigger. Here, I had the finger on the trigger. And yeah, and that's the end result. And of course, it's one of the other pictures I have on my wall over there. But yeah, we're going to reset everything now. The next one I have here is, it's based off of, I actually can find it. It's a very easy picture right here. It's this picture right here. Can we see the full titty? And it's Jotaro and Kakyoin just looking in the camera. I don't know what panel this is from in the manga, but that is what this is from. Or that's what this is mostly based off of. So yeah, and we can go in here, and I even have it as a layer because this, of course, is what I drew it off of. Wait, what? Ooh. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I gave it a background. I forgot. Oh yeah. Hang on. Ooh. But it has me and my friend Panic923 up here, and his primary VRChat avatar is Happy Chaos from Guilty Gear. And I think I drew him pretty well here. Could probably do better, maybe. The next one that we have here is, of course, another picture, and this was actually my first time I drew Risotto smiling, and of course with his hair in a different little format. And it's me and my friend May Octava. We're just chilling. And this used to be her primary VRChat avatar, but she doesn't. This used to be their primary VRChat avatar. But now they don't really get on the game anymore. But this used to be it, but now it's a different one. And I remember this because, like, I don't know why, because I used to draw a lot of art of me and my friends, and I still do that a lot. But yeah, and if I can find that picture, I think I based it off of, yep, it was this thing. Actually, yeah, there's a little outline, and it was based off of a picture that we took in VRChat one time, like me and a few other friends. So we're going to go back, all right, and then we're going to exit out. So I don't know what I was doing as Risotto. It looks like I'm just like, you know, hey, what's up? But it was like I was doing something like that. But yeah, then we have this one, which is based off of a picture that someone in a server that I'm in had sent a picture of. They sent their own versions of that. So I was like, you know what? Let me do this right here. And I'm always drawing myself like as Risotto, like whenever I draw myself as Risotto Nero, I always draw him with like, well, like, you know, like when he's threatening someone, I usually draw him with a revolver in his hand. Because I have that exact picture printed out over there on my wall. And I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. And it was, I don't even know if I can find it anymore. I don't even know if I have it on my computer. And it's based off of a picture where it has like, from what I don't remember, I think from what I remember correctly, it was 2 Undertale characters that were in that picture. And they were saying something, I think we're going to have to kill this guy. And the other person just, damn, that's all they say. So I decided to do this with my friend Everlong. And I think from this point forward, this is when I would draw a lot of art, which is me and her in it. And that was that one, and this was a random thing I never posted anywhere. And this was supposed to be, this was of course when my addiction to Hotline Miami was still like very heavy. And I decided to draw a character sprite, quote unquote, of just, you know, my Risotto Nero. And then of course you have these Murdoch pictures, but if I think I can go to the next one, I don't think I can. And of course with all these, I just traced all of these, like literally, but instead of course adding my own details. And this is of course where I started to give, and this is where like the beard, this is, of course, where, you know, like the beard and mustache, like details and all that stuff decided to come forward. And, you know, you have this, you have that, all that stuff. You have this one, which has a picture of Murdoch holding a revolver with a bullet in his hand, which is a phase 2 thing. You got this one. You have this one as well. And you have all the stuff up to here. And actually before this, I had drew all the members of Gorillas, but I just traced all like over all of them. So that's not real art to me. So you got this one, which is my last drawing I have drawn of Murdoch, and that was of course, you know, Murdoch being absolutely sexy. And he looks very emo in the way I drew him, even though he kind of looks like that in the original picture. I don't know. And then up to that point, we're done there. But yeah, that pretty much does it for this video. I haven't made a fucking video on my channel in like almost, what, 2 weeks? Probably even more than that. So I figured that I just make this video right here because I've actually kind of been wanting to talk about my art for a while. And yeah, so that pretty much does it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.